I'd like to call this meeting of the Sacramento County Board of Supervisors to order on August 7th, 2018. Madam Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Good morning. Supervisor Cerna?
Here.
Kennedy? Here. Frost? Here. Natoli?
Here.
Peters?
Here.
You have a quorum. Okay. This meeting of the Sacramento County Board of Supervisors is cablecast live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T Uverse cable systems. The meeting is closed captioned and is webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. Today's meeting will be repeated Friday, August 10th at 6 p.m. on Channel 14. A DVD copy is available for checkout from any local library branch. Members of the audience wishing to address the board may fill out a speaker slip and hand it to staff. When the chair calls your name, please come to the podium. Take a moment to silence your electronic devices. Thank you.
Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Call your first item.
For your consent items, items 1 through 33, I need a motion to drop item number 2. This is to authorize the Director of Airports to negotiate and execute multiple planning technical advisory service agreements.
So move.
If you put up the vote screen, and I'm told it covers Mather, so even though I don't have the item, so I'm going to recuse.
And the motion carries with Supervisor Peters recusing. Item number 20 is adopting an interim urgency zoning ordinance, correct zoning code definition of habitable area, an interim urgency ordinance of the Sacramento County zoning code to correct definition of habitable area adopted under SZC 2018-006.
Wait, just a second. Why did you call that out?
It's adopting an interim urgency ordinance.
You need to talk into the microphone more so we can understand you.
Sorry, you're adopting an interim urgency ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
Just reading it to the record.
So you're just noting that, and Mr. Natoli has a comment.
Yes, just a question, not so much about the introduction, but I know we did receive correspondence, at least I did, from a community member that was asking whether or not this will go to the CPACs as the changes that are being considered. This was before the board actually just a couple of months ago, and understand the concern. I guess it was a little bit vague in the staff report, but it sounds like that the units that were being proposed were being significantly larger than what might be permitted under the ordinance. But will this go to the CPACs? I guess that's my question, Leanne.
Typically what we have done is to inform the CPACs and ask them if they want a presentation.
Okay.
And give them that option. In this case, because of the urgent nature, we did not have time to take it to the CPACs for this urgency ordinance item, and we do think it is in keeping with the original CPAC intent and what we told them on
But
the
you'll
original
bring the
ordinance.
revisions back, and so you would have time to reach out to the CPACs throughout the county, because I know you spent time talking with them about accessory units, and obviously this board spent a good deal of time talking about it when you brought the code amendments to us a few months ago.
Yes, we
so.
can do that before.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Cerna?
Thank you. I know we're going to be passing this on consent, but I wonder why it seems like it's more complicated than it needs to be. I mean, hasn't it always been the case, correct me if I'm wrong, that habitable space for a single-family dwelling unit is basically everything but the garage?
Yes, so when we did the ordinance that we brought forward to the board, we picked up a definition out of the building code that allowed people to discount closets and hallways and landings. And so suddenly we have bedroom-sized closets and bedroom-sized landings being proposed and excluded from the square footage, which is not what we told the board and not what we told the communities.
So is this really a case of some of the definitions being largely out of our control per the Universal Building Code, and us trying to make this consistent, albeit they kind of complicated it, or whoever drafted those
Yes, we picked
parameters complicated it?
We picked up a definition that we did not commonly use in planning, and we did not intend to mean.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, on item number 37, I need a motion to continue to August 21st. Proceed with necessary actions to comply with the legal requirements to enact proposed monthly rate increases for the Sacramento County Water Agency.
So moved.
I'd be seconded, but I have a question in the staff report. Excuse me, it was my understanding we were going to get letters of protest. It was scheduled for today. As far as I know, I got one letter that came directly to the clerk. And so if Water Resources is compiling those protest letters, they need to get them to at least this board member in advance of the board hearing so we can see what the nature of those concerns are. They probably, obviously, protesting the rate increase, but that was explained in as of date, unless it came in yesterday. I'd seen nothing as far as any referrals. I know when we've done this in the Regional Sanitation District and other rate, we get those coming in periodically. Notice has been out in the streets for some time. So again, I don't expect the clerk, but Water Resources, whoever's handling that, needs to make sure that we get copies of those letters for those of us that want to see them in advance of the 21st hearing. So
Understood.
thank you. Thanks.
Please vote.
Unanimous vote. That concludes my notes.
Okay, board members, any comments? Mr. Natoli?
Just wanted on item 25 we put this over a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to thank our staff for preparing additional information for the staff report. This relates to the Sherman Island contribution to the levee repair and road repair out there. And the resolution, I think, more accurately it reflects the nature of the conversations and the issue itself. But I want to just thank our staff for their good work and taking the time to do that. So, that's all.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Mr. Cerna?
Thank you. Item number 3.
Item number 3, authorize the Director of Airports to execute the license agreement between the County of Sacramento and Electrify America, LLC at Sacramento International Airport.
I just want to take the opportunity to thank our legal counsel's office and certainly Mr. Leonard and his staff for working diligently over the last couple months to finally get to this point today. As is noted in the board letter, this is Sacramento County's first opportunity to work with Electrify America, a subsidiary of Volkswagen, per the quote-unquote Volkswagen diesel scandal, to put to good use several $1 million here in the Sacramento area. In this case, it's going to be for fast charge stations at Sacramento International Airport. And early on, as some staff will note, we had some misunderstanding with Electrify America about kind of the form of our standard contracts out at the airport, and it was really due to the great work of our staff that we again get to this point, and really looking forward to supporting this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? I will let the record note I'm recusing myself on item 11 and 13 due to potential conflict. And then number 14, would you please read that?
Item number 14, approve the revision of the County Improvement Standards, Section 5, streetlight design.
Thank you. So as transportation, yeah, some of you are here. The email we got said that the department is saving $700,000 a year on energy costs. I assume that is on the lights that are currently in place. Is that correct?
Yes, that's the 19,000 lights that we have retrofitted.
So going forward, there should be an additional energy savings if you're making this a county standard now.
Yes, we will save energy over comparable high-pressure sodium lights, yes.
Okay. Is there, does it make sense, one, and two, is there a way to set these savings aside for a streetlight fund for those of us who represent districts that have neighborhoods that need streetlights? Could we do that?
County Service Area 1 is
I know it's a
technically-
savings, so it is,
Yeah.
but
Okay. We have been supplementing the CSA 1 service charges for a number of years with road fund monies. This is the second year where we haven't had to do that. We finally caught up. We're revenue neutral. Our retrofit program involved 2 loans. One was the SMUD loan 0% interest loan.
Okay, you know, this is going to be too complicated to understand in a meeting like this without having something visible. I wonder if you could come back and talk about it.
Yeah, we can bring it back and give you a memo on it.
Yeah, the only way we have to get streetlights is to go through the housing agency, and, you know, it's a multi-year process, well, even longer than that, because then we're competing against each other, and maybe there's a way to...
We'll look into and report
Okay.
back.
All right. No further comments, and I would look for a motion. Consent.
Second.
Please vote.
Unanimous vote. Let the record reflect Supervisor Peters recusing from items 11 and 13.
Okay. Next item.
Item number 34, presentation commemorating the 50-year anniversary of the Sacramento Bike Hikers Club.
I suspect that everyone in their jerseys down there is interested in this. I have a resolution here for you with a few comments. This is the Sacramento Bike Hikers, a nonprofit recreational biking club. Along with the two founders of the club, Cliff Ballard and Miles Wood, will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the founding of the organization, which has grown to about 600 members. The bike hikers started in the summer of 1968 when they read a notice of a moonlight bike ride in the newspaper, which was sponsored by the American River Wheelmen, about a route from Eppes in Florence Center to Elk Grove starting at 11 p.m. and returning to Eppes for breakfast at 3 a.m. Then did you go out for cocktails? I don't know.
I was still in high school.
So the group joined the American River Wheelmen to enjoy biking. In 1968, they organized their own bike club, and the Sacramento Bike Hikers was born, which is the oldest remaining bike club in the area. They started with 4 to 6 rides each month, which ranged in grade from what would now be called an F ride, such as along the American River Drive, to A rides from Plymouth to Fiddletown, and more. That's kind of all uphill, isn't it?
That's all uphill.
Yeah, I've driven that. I think that'd be kind of tough.
It's in the wrong direction.
In April 1972 was decided the club colors would be canary yellow and Kelly green. Yes? Close. And their club motto, not for myself alone, but for the group. And in 1978, the club newsletter called The Leaky Valve started, and several variations in style were made and evolved into the ride schedule. So the Board of Supervisors at the County of Sacramento congratulate you on your 50th anniversary. So we'll give you this resolution and see if you want to make a few comments.
Thank you.
You don't have to make
I would just like to thank you for recognizing us and invite you to come ride with us anytime that you like. We have rides every day of the week, and I'm sure we could find something that would
fit all
of you. This is a very good club to ride with. We're very active in the cycling community. The funds that we gather, we use to help and give back to the community, supporting American River Parkway, 50 Bikes for 50 Kids. There's quite a number of charities that we support. So we try to give back to the community, and we have a damn good time riding around the county. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Do you want to have a picture taken in the well
Sure.
with the whole group?
Sure.
Why don't you come on up?
They would all get the back.
No, but I will send it to you.
Eppies is kind of a theme this year. Yes.
Exactly.
That's the fun part. I enjoy it. Thank you.
My stepson. We're riding up in the Folsom area.
Okay, well, my stepson might join you on Saturday.
Okay, starting at 5:20.
5:20.
I'll be somewhere else.
That's great.
Okay, call your next item, please.
Item number 35, revised tipping fees at Kiefer Landfill and North Area Recovery Station.
Morning.
Good morning, Board. I am Doug Kobold. I am a program manager in the Department of Waste Management Recycling. This item here is a companion item to another item you just approved on the consent calendar for item number 28 with Tri-C Manufactured Tire Recycling. And so in that item there, you approved a contract rate of $175 per ton paid to Tri-C. That's up from $100 a ton that we're paying currently. Those increases have been a result of changes in the markets. Crumb rubber is no longer as valuable as it was. There's a lot of things going on in the markets right now with recycling, as you've heard in the past from myself and others. And so this is just a natural course of the increases we're going to be seeing. Tri-C has assured us they are still giving us the best rate they can compared to their new customers that come in at about $250 a ton. They are the only processor within 80 miles of this county, and that closest entity actually may not process them at all, but actually just reloads them, bales them or reloads them and ships them off to Hollister, and that's 120 miles away. So there are no real good tire recycling options here locally for us. The County of Sacramento is still the only county within our region here that is offering the first 4 tires for free passenger cars so that we can help mitigate any potential illegal dumping, and that will not change under the structure of the tire costs that we're presenting today under this item. One other good point of news, I think, is that AB 2908 is currently in the legislature, sitting in the Senate Appropriations. That's going to add another $1 per tire at the retail counter, and hopefully that money that will be coming in from those sales will help offset any future costs, so we shouldn't have to come back, hopefully, with another increase in tire processing. So
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Natoli has a question.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thanks, Doug. In fact, you touched on the item I wanted to highlight, and that relates to allowing for the first 4 tires to, assuming somebody did a change out or have them in their garage or whatever, rather than ending up in a roadside ditch or on a vacant lot or in a public right-of-way somewhere. I think we've certainly seen a notable decrease or lack of increase that relates to the type of dumping activity for those, for tires anyway. I guess I'm curious as it relates to the incremental step up though for the 5 to 8 tires. You get the first 4 free, and we have some of that with some of the white goods and other things too, where we allow, and not all jurisdictions do, but I think it encourages folks to do the right thing by making it certainly low cost or no cost for certain items. So my question is that you're going to raise the per tire fee $1.25 for the 5 to 8. Do you have any idea what that constitutes relative to your annual revenue? I got folks that come in with 4 come in free, and then you got this this scale of 5 to 8, and I guess beyond that, what is it?
I believe I do have.
So if I brought
numbers.
in 9 tires, what would it be?
So we take in approximately Put my glasses on, my apologies. We take in nearly 2,000 tires per year at our 2 facilities under that scenario where it's the 5 to 8 for free. And so our current revenue, unfortunately, I did not have that column total, but
So you're gonna make another maybe 4,000, well, that's $1.25, another 2,000, 2,250.
Sounds about
roughly
right,
like
yeah.
something to that effect. Was there any thought about that might discourage some folks? I mean, it's revenue, but it's minor in the scheme of things. That for those a lot of those folks are households, I imagine, or maybe a very small business. I mean, you have a commercial rate. I don't imagine it's probably worth it to folks to drive, daily to dispose of tires. Maybe you have some folks that do that. How many tires do we take in total then, annually?
unfortunately, that number is a little harder to derive because we take in whole tires that are weighed. And so you have to make some assumptions on how many are auto tires, how many are truck tires, how many might be tractor tires. They all have different weights for obvious reasons based on the
roughly,
diameter.
yeah, you give me a rough number.
If I can give you a rough number, it's looking like we're taking in a minimum of probably about 10,000 a year in whole.
And that's the free and as well as the paid.
Yeah, in all quantities, including the weight tires as well.
But I have noted that I've seen, at least in recent times, a few more tractor tires showing up out on the, on the roadways. And I know that, again, your crews are dispatched to pick up the illegal dumping. So if we maintain the rate at the $1.50 for the 5 to 8, it would be nominal offset. Do you think that would continue to encourage folks to do the right thing, or do you think that makes much of a difference? I guess I'm just getting your opinion on that.
Honestly, Supervisor Natoli, I don't believe it'll make that much of a difference because typically if you're hauling up to 8 tires or more, you're a hauler. You're not a resident that's just bringing them because they happen to have them in their backyard. And if they do, it's probably a one-time thing.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's all.
So if you could enlighten me, so when I go to the tire store to get my tires, to either buy tires, and they put them on, they take away my old tires and they charge me a fee per tire on the new tires, right? So
2 fees.
is that correct?
They charge you 2 fees.
2 fees.
There's 2 fees typically. One is the $1.75 per tire. That is
Right.
the Cal Recycle tire recycling fee. And that's going to be already in place. And I spoke about the $1 addition they're about to add, hopefully if it gets through appropriations. And then the second fee, you are paying a tire disposal fee typically at most retailers.
A tire what fee?
A tire disposal fee. It's there because exactly.
Disposal.
Disposal.
Yeah, my apologies.
Disposal.
Yeah, so it's,
okay.
each tire retailer has to actually pay someone, like Tri-C or others, or these tire haulers.
They
to
turn
come
around
pick
and
them up.
take it somewhere to a dump and they move that fee over to you or someone else.
That's
Is that
correct.
how that works? Okay. I just checking. Okay. Any other questions on this item?
Move the item.
Please vote.
Unanimous vote.
Thank you.
Well, we're early. So are there some items we can fill in with?
Nominations, you could take up nominations.
Tell us the
Number
numbers and
39.
we'll do that.
Number 39.
Number 39?
Number 39. Antelope Community Planning Advisory Council.
For District 4, I nominate Jody Wilhelm.
Usually the clerk reads all the continuations. Maybe that's not necessary.
When are we continuing to?
Well, all
continue-
the ones on the top.
39.
Continuing to September 11th. Arden Arcade Community Planning Advisory Council, Carmichael Old Foothill Farms Community Planning Advisory Council, Cemetery Advisory Commission, Consumnes Area Community Planning Advisory Council, County Service Area 4B, Slough House, Wilton, Consumnes, County Service Area 4C, Delta, Delta Citizens Municipal Advisory Council, Human Services Coordinating Council, Maternal, Child, and Adolescent Health Advisory Board, Mission Oaks Recreation and Park District, Natomas Community Planning Advisory Council, Paratransit, Inc., Sacramento County Youth Commission, South Sacramento Area Community Planning Advisory Council, Southeast Area Community Planning Advisory Council, and the Vineyard Area Community Planning Advisory Council.
Okay.
And for today's items, you have the Antelope Community Planning Advisory Council.
Which we just,
I nominate Jody Wilhelm.
Development Disability Planning and Advisory Council,
please continue to August 21st.
Disability Advisory Commission,
Chiefs recommend Linda A. Gilbert for the general seat and continue the remainder to September 25th.
okay. Local Child Care Planning and Development Council,
Chiefs recommend Patricia McFall to the child care provider seat and continue the remainder to September 25th.
okay. Sacramento County Mental Health Board,
District 1 requests that you please continue to August 21st.
okay. Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Commission,
District 1 requests that the item be continued to September 11th.
District 2, continue to September 11th.
okay. Veterans Advisory Commission,
For District 3, I think it's already, I had already continued it to August 21st, but
yes, ma'am.
then District 5.
Mr.
August 21st, please.
Okay, that concludes your nominations.
Anything else you can think of?
Item number 38,
Oh,
it's appointments from your own ranks to the Lower American River Conservancy Program Advisory Committee.
yes, I want to nominate Dick Barber for District 3. Don, I see your name is still up here as a question. I can't, did you, is that new?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about, once you did the nomination, I wanted to ask about an item, it's an information item, if I could.
Okay, please vote.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess I need a,
Second?
yeah, thank you.
Unanimous vote.
A team player.
Thank you for jumping in. Mr. Natoli?
Yes, I wanted to ask about item 49, this communication we received and filed, and this is the annual update on the Medi-Cal dental, where we are with things, and we've had some significant hearings before this board about the low participation rates, and part of the problem here is that the data lags by a couple of years, and I know this year, or a year ago, we made a significant investment over about a 3-year period, if I recall correctly, to do some pilots in the county that would hopefully encourage participation and better dental health. The numbers are still very low, but I guess my point on that, without getting into the information on too deeply, is that I believe this should be coming on the board on a calendar so we can have an actual report and have some discussion regarding it. It doesn't need to be right away, but if we're making the investment of $9 million, additionally the county did last year, we did that in budget, and we've had some hearings about, as I said, low participation, trying to reach some of the populations that are either underserved or not being served very well at all, and the efforts obviously by those providing those services to reach them. And so I just think it makes sense, and I could certainly go through the chair on this, but to have a report back at some point, maybe later in the fall, as to how we're doing, the expenditures we're making, and again, the data lags significantly, so you don't really know what happened in the last year, but I guess I would just suggest that we bring this back on a calendared item where we could actually have a brief presentation and some discussion, so.
Okay.
Thanks. That's all I had.
Were there any other comments from the board? There is a speaker who indicated she wanted to speak off agenda, Claudia Colbert. I don't see her in the audience. Pardon me? She left.
Just for the moment to pick up her ill sister from the parking lot, from the car. She asked to...
Oh, okay, she stepped out for a moment. Okay, well, then we'll call her after the next item.
She's taking care of parking issue.
Okay, all right. So we are in recess till 10:15.